week 9 already. Gonna try and keep it down a little bit because I got a bunch of other people here around me doing work, but I kind of had to do it. So still rocking Steelers stuff because big win against the Buccaneers, and gonna be another big win on Sunday Night Football, hopefully. And we might get TJ Watt back. I don't know yet. So let's chat a little bit before I get into this. So a lot of the games here that are very pivotal when it comes to the playoff race. Very interesting matchups. The seat is broken. I almost just fell off the seat because it's not connected. But a lot of pivotal games. And a lot of interesting, couple afternoon games. There are 4 afternoon games, which is interesting because normally I've seen 3 at the most. There's 4. So I don't know what that means, but probably not anything, but you know. Let's dive into this. Also, I'm not using Mendola's magazine. He really, or not him, I'm sure it wasn't him, but the magazine is really getting on my nerves when it comes to the schedule, so I'm just no longer going to use it. It's only got 2 weeks left. This is week 9. I'll do playoff picks, by the way. I plan on doing playoff picks, unless Jake doesn't want me to do playoff picks. So, here we go. Here's the picks. Not in any specific order here. The Mac is just listing them by time. So, yeah. No Lackawanna or Wyoming Valley Conference, whatever. It's just whatever. All right, Delaware Valley at Scranton. Delaware Valley beats Valley View. And come in against Scranton, who lost to Abington. And I must say, Scranton starting to fall apart towards the end of the season. I mean, like, they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to have a pretty decent seed, granted that they went on that little winning stint, but they're falling apart. And I think I'm going to have to say Delaware Valley's probably on the uprising. I'm going to go with Delaware Valley here by I'm going to go Delaware Valley by 17 points. The next game, Dallas at Wilkes-Barre. Wilkes-Barre's a fast team. I've said it before. Dallas, number 2 right now, only behind Lakeland. And they're a decent team too, but they do make crucial mistakes. Zapatiki, their quarterback, got a little shaken up at Berwick, and then last week was a little too close for comfort. They're there, but they're not there. They're number 2, and they're playing like number 2, but like they're not mentally there. So let's see. Wilkes-Barre, they could very, very easily lose, but I think they will get it done, but I think it's going to be a closer game. I'm going to go Dallas. I'm going to go Dallas by 7, folks. I think this is going to be a closer game. Wilkes-Barre definitely, they've already upset Berwick. I think they could have upset Dallas too. But I think Dallas will get it done. Dallas by 7. Tawanda at Tunkhannock. This game is, ugh. I mean, I did a little bit of looking at Tawanda. I'm not going to claim to know everything about them, but I do know that they're all right. They're okay, I guess. Certainly better than Tunkhannock. So I'm going to go with Tawanda. I'm going to say Tawanda wins that by 6. 6 points. Tawanda by 6. Abington Heights at North Pocono. Interesting game. Abington comes off of a win against a big juggernaut teams in Scranton this season. Scranton losing 2-1, and the reason being into Abington last week. So interesting stuff there. And North Pocono, once again, we don't know what we're getting week to week, and very inconsistent. But I think at the end of the day, I'm going to have to give it to North Pocono. They got home advantage. Abington, I'm not sure if they can hold on for something like that. That's a tough place to play. So I'm going to give this one to North Pocono by 10. Nanticoke is at Shamokin. And I must say, District 4 is far superior to District 2. Minus like 2 teams in District 2. And I won't name who they are. But I'm gonna give this one to Shamokin. Although congrats to Nanticoke's kicker, broke a Nanticoke record, 8 for 8 in field goals. And I'm gonna see you next week. So good job. But no, I'm gonna take Shamokin in this one. This is at Shamokin. Shamokin tends to be good. I'm not exactly sure how good they are, but I think they're better than Nanticoke. And they play District 4 teams, and District 4 is just insane. So I'm going to give this one to Shamokin by 14 points. This is the max matchup of the week, this next one. It's the game that I will have. Granted, I can even get service out in the middle of nowhere. Hanover area at Lake Lehman. Interesting. I have not called any upsets yet. I don't think I'm going to this. Well, actually, you know what? Is Lake Lehman an upset in this game? I don't know. I'll call it. I'll say Lehman's the upset. Lehman's going to upset Hanover. Because Hanover's just on a losing stint. Both teams are complete and utter garbage. So if you want some entertainment, you can come listen to it, because I'm going to be making this entertaining, like I always do, you know. But no, in all seriousness, I think Lehman's going to win this game by 7. Next game, the game that I was supposed to have, but we moved it because it's just not worth it. And everybody else wanted to be there, and no. Wyoming area at Southern Columbia, and we also realized that Southern Columbia is very far away to drive. And yeah, no, that would not work out, driving all the way down to Southern Columbia. I don't even think we'd be able to, you know, pull a game off like that. We'd have to really, really prepare for something like that. So, Wyoming area at Southern Columbia. I'm going to give this one to Southern. This is Southern by like 30 points. That's that. I'm also really, really, really tired, if you can't tell. Riverside at Old Forge. This is the tri-borough rivalry right here. This is at Old Forge this year. I don't know who won last year. I believe Old Forge also won last year. I think they're going to win again. I'm going to go Old Forge by 10. It's always a close game. Always a close game. Crestwood at Berwick. This is a make it or break it game for Berwick. They need to win this game, because if they lose, they drop and they play a tougher team in the playoffs. They could play Dallas. I mean, think about it. Nanticoke has made the playoffs quite snug, actually. I would say. So, I mean, think about it. You know, there's a lot of animosity around Berwick right now since they beat Dallas, but they lost to Danville. Of course, they lost to Danville. Who's going to beat Danville? Lakeland might even have a hard time beating Danville. So, they might actually. I don't know. But Berwick and Crestwood, this one, I got to give it to Crestwood. So I will. Crestwood by 7. It's going to be a really close game. This is going to be a make or break it game for Crestwood, because that complicates things. You see, Dallas lost to Berwick. Crestwood's on Dallas's heels. If Crestwood beats Berwick, but Dallas beat Crestwood, so it's like a little triangle thing. It's tough. It's really, really tough. So, interesting stuff there. Wallenpaupack at Valley View. This game's over at halftime. Valley View by 40. They'll run the score up, especially after losing last week. Western Wayne at Lakeland. Western Wayne coming out and, you know, packing a punch here. I'm going to go Lakeland here, though. I'm going to go Lakeland by 17. Honesdale at Dunmore. Dunmore loses this past week to Western Wayne, and by a lot. And now they're playing Honesdale. Honesdale has the capabilities of upsetting people, but I must say, Dunmore is also really, really, really good at, you know, I didn't expect that, and then they do it. So I'm going to say Dunmore will win this home game. I'll give it to them. Okay, I'll take Dunmore over Honesdale. I'm gonna go Dunmore. I'm gonna go Dunmore by 8. Williamsport at Hazelton. Port, really quick team, not that good. And Hazelton fallen on a little bit of a losing stint. However, it's this game should not be tough for Hazelton. I'm going to take Hazelton in this game. Hazelton by 14 points. West Scranton really played a good game against Lakeland up until those last few minutes at Mid-Valley. Folks, I don't know if you count the Lehman one as an upset, but I'm going to call an upset here. I'm going to take West Scranton to upset Mid-Valley. I'm going to take West Scranton. I'm going to take them by 6 points. Yeah, you heard that one. Lackawanna Trail at Holy Cross. We're getting into our afternoon games. These are Saturday games now. Trail at Cross. This is Lackawanna Trail by 17. And then the game that I'm really going to try to get to, Pittston area at Holy Redeemer. Pittston rolling and doing well to get into the playoffs here. I'm going to take Pittston over Redeemer. I'm going to take Pittston by 20 points. I'm also going to say, Redeemer, you're a private school, okay? And I'm sure you charge people to go to a private school. Can we, get our own field, maybe? Why are you using Spartan Stadium? And if you have to use a stadium, why are you using Spartan Stadium? Spartan Stadium is not a good place to play. Turf sucks. I was in marching band and I still injured myself on that terrible turf. The stadium is way too big for the crowd that you guys bring in. And this is not bashing anybody that goes to Redeemer. This is bashing the people who should be giving you guys good facilities. So, yeah, turf is terrible. The stadium's way too big for your crowds. And by the way, it's in a terrible part of town. It's a terrible part of town. Don't. Stop playing at Spartan Stadium. Get your own field. You sure as hell can afford it. I know I said it. I'm sorry, Jake, but you can afford it. You can afford it. I'm sorry. Redeemer should get their own field. They should get their own field. Whether they play on grass or turf, that doesn't matter. Just put some freaking sands down. Play at a public park. You probably could make blow Holy Cross's field out if you even played at, Kirby or something. They have goalposts at Kirby. Just put a scoreboard down and have an afternoon game. Done. Anyway. Rant over. Carbondale at Susquehanna. This is tough. This is at Susquehanna, Carbondale. Got to wake up probably really early in the morning, get up on that bus, drive on up to Susquehanna, which I don't really think is that far from Carbondale, but, we could assume, right? This is, I thought about it. No, hold on. No, this is Carbondale. This is Carbondale. It's Carbondale by 10. And then finally, the 1:30 game, because Scranton Prep just has to be different, They just have to be different. Instead of having a 1 o'clock game, they have to have a 1:30 game. Don't know why. But this is Valley West at Scranton Prep. This is over. This is Scranton Prep in front by 40 points. This is not going to be close at all. So, that's all I've got for you this week. Next week, we've got a bunch of rivalry games. I'm calling one of them. And, that's all I've got for you. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go sleep on the couch in the college's lobby. Y'all have a good one.